Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. If you're a Division agent, today is kind of one of those days where there's so much going on, and I know a lot of people might be overwhelmed and bombarded with all the information. I think it was a very well-timed marketing process that they put together. So let me kind of explain stuff that you're seeing on the Gamey Daddy channel. So just in the past few hours, I've released 3 videos that have episode 3 content, and all of them in terms of weapons. Now, for those of you who are wondering, Ubisoft granted me early preview to be able to see episode 3 content. And so I've been under an NDA, couldn't say anything about this, so I didn't talk about it, didn't say anything to anybody. And just it was interesting to sit and watch all the speculating, but we also I didn't know what the date for the release of episode 3 is, and I'm really excited that they're actually making it like right around the corner. Now, I cannot deny nor confirm that I was invited to go see year 2 stuff. So please do not ask me. A lot of these things have confidentiality agreements, and I'm one of those people where you're not going to get anything from me. But here are a few developments that are going on that we have today. So episode 3 comes out very soon. They've confirmed the date. If you do not know the dates, you might want to read the description below, and then there are times and all that good stuff. Year 2 content is on the horizon, and that's been confirmed for March 3rd. And even yesterday when I made my video saying big things are coming, I didn't even know how big this stuff was, okay? I'm the optimist. I'm the guy that never sees anything. Well, I try to always, look away from things that may be going wrong, trying to look past them and seeing what might be going right. And currently, as we speak, the Division 2 has gone on sale on the PlayStation store to $2.99, literally discounted to pinches on the dollar. And I said this yesterday, the developers want to lower the entrance fee for people to be able to come in and get this content. Now, the Division and Ubisoft have not, gotten to the point where they want to confirm, make the game free to play. The game is still very new. It's about to hit 1 year. So in doing that, that might not be able to set them up for other things that they want to do. So instead, what they've done is they've gotten, crazy with a deep discount. In fact, I even heard that this game is actually going to be, the new expansion is probably going to be coming to Steam. I think I heard it in one of their marketing videos. I'm not necessarily certain. I mean, I was listening on my phone, so the information that I was getting was kind of like low volume, but I think that's what they confirmed, which will also confirm my original thesis that Epic Games exclusivity is bad for you as a company. You already have a $7 billion market share. How many pennies do you still want to pinch when there is an entire player base just sitting on Steam? Yes, it's a premium store from the, the seller's perspective, but at the same time, it's a premium store that a whole bunch of people have actually chosen. Anyone that's going to beat Steam knows exactly what to do, but I think Epic Games wants to take the lazy way out and blow money on instant exclusives. That's not the way to go. They have the formula, they're just not using it very well. They need to do a price competitive way. That's what they need to go. They need to go price competition. If anybody from Epic Games is listening to this video, you have your formula to win. Just pretend like you didn't hear it, and you're going to continue to get smacked by Steam. But back to the Division, back to Division content. We're seeing all of the things that on this channel we've been talking about. Going back to New York, a lot of people said they're not going to see it. I hope you guys now have a concept on how the game works. I don't want to toot my horn, but I would, but this is not necessarily 100% my idea. It was you guys here in the community that kept saying, hey, look into New York. New York seems to have everything. Some people even commented and said things along the lines of New York is their bread and butter. There's a comment, I can't remember from who exactly. You mentioned those words, bread and butter. Now, for anybody who is looking at this game and saying, what is the prospect? What's the money-making perspective? Yes, the game started out kind of weird. And, no, it started out great, actually. And then Endgame was weird. And all the season pass stuff was absolutely weird. But the next question is where we're going. What does that look like? And I think this might be the time to actually take the opportunity to say to the community, calm down with the hype. I can understand that the hype is absolutely crazy right now. People are losing their minds. But I made this kind of comment in the onset of the Division 1. I said, the hardcore Division agents are going to stick with the game. We're going to enjoy and endure the bugs and the successes and the joys and the sorrows of this game. We kind of have a twisted mindset like that. many people may not be built for that kind of, temperance in terms of just holding fast to what this game can throw at you at any time. And so I said this before, and I said, calm down, be careful what it is you want to throw your money and your time into so that you understand. It's nice for us to, enjoy the childlike side of our, selves. When new stuff's coming, we're excited, we're trying to, want to get, but at the same time, the adult side of us needs to also say, hold up, what all is in this DLC? Because the information is, this information is almost compared to one entire day of E3. That's pretty much how much information you're getting today. And I remember E3 of 2018, there was so much information. A lot of people did not necessarily dissect and pick it apart. And I am almost certain that there are people that are going to still complain and feel dissatisfied about year 2, even though from a very optimistic perspective, there is nothing, in my opinion, to be dissatisfied about year 2. But there will be people who have complaints. So what I would encourage people to do who don't necessarily understand this, we're just going to jump in there kind of mindset, is you just need to hold off and see what's coming. I would put gameplay for episode 3, but I don't want to put any spoilers, and there are also some guidelines on how much gameplay you can put out there. So I just looked and said, no need. I need to give you the more informational bits. So check out those videos. I have the firewall specialization in-depth look. I have the honey badger versus the chameleon, which are the 2 new weapons coming in. And I have a video, that shows all the weapons that are being released in episode 3. Now, in terms of year 2, I'm planning some other fun videos and talking about how that's all going to look. There's so much going on. There's now level 40, no more, world tiers. My characters that I've been trying to level up on, other platforms. If I get the season pass, I can just get a jump and a boost all the way through, to level 30 to be able to start the new content for one agent. So this is something that's cool. Destiny does that. I think they call it light something, and you could just use that boost. And I'm just so happy that they're adopting that in the Division 2, because think about the people who, started out the Division 2 and said, well, this is probably not for me. They got to level 30 and they just look and say, this is one more incentive to get this DLC and come back. So I really don't know what to say. I'm happy in an overwhelming way. I'm excited about all the stuff that's coming. The episode 3 content, the distance or the time frame from episode 3 to year 2 is such a perfect time frame. March 3rd, even through this week, is just perfectly timed. Whoever was looking at the timing and the marketing, we need to sit you down and buy you a drink. You've done a wonderful job in trying to salvage this game as much as you possibly can. Now, for most of us who may say, but this is like a cheap aspect of salvaging the game. Well, you don't have much vested in right now. Many of us have invested from the Division 1 till now. And so that's why we at the risk of looking stupid and being mocked by Destiny fans, not all Destiny fans, but by most people in other games, we stuck with it. And today we're going to be, hopefully very soon, we're going to be reaping the rewards of, the confidence that we sowed. It was shaky. I almost left the Division 2. I was planning it. If I want to be honest with you, I planned my exit from this game and from the community. I literally sat there and said to myself, man, this is really hard. You're doing this on YouTube, yes. It's nice to be able to get some, revenue and some income, because that's a lot of time that I invest. As much as I love the game, if I would rather spend money doing other things. I have a family to take care of, and I have things that I want to do with my life, but then when I invested this much in here, I said to myself, what is the reward that we're getting? We're not even getting content. We can't engage the community without the community getting super, unhappy because of the way things have been handled. But today we just see like there seems to be more of a future that we can kind of at least work with. I'm not saying everything's going to be perfect from now on. I'm just saying that if you think about all of this, I think it was worth actually staying. I think it was worth waiting. I contemplated it most of the time, but I kept reading you guys' comments, and you guys kept saying, it was somebody who said, get back on New York, talk about the Division 1. And I said, you know what, let's give this a shot. Let's see what happens here. And that's why I will always be grateful for my subscribers. You guys have the best ideas. You guys have the best concepts. Sometimes I wonder, heck, who should be the YouTuber? Maybe you should be the one doing YouTube. Some of you have the craziest and most creative ideas out there. And I don't think there's any content creator that will be able to do any of this without a subscriber base and a dedicated fan base. And even though many people left, and we can understand, it was very hard. There were content creators who left. The content creators, and that's the thing about it, one of the beauties of being a part-time content creator is that you don't necessarily need to depend too much on the traffic. The traffic is nice, but it's nice to be able to kind of say, you know what, I'm going to put these things in perspective and just kind of hang in there. So the Division 2 community, we're very blessed with a lot of part-time content creators. I know that sounds crazy, but it is exactly what this community has thrived on. The fact that a lot of your content creators, your YouTubers, not all, but most, can actually go out to work in the morning, come back in the afternoon, put together a video, put together a video at night, schedule it for the next day, keep you informed, and that way we're not necessarily, yes, the winds, they blow strong, especially with January, ad revenue, all that stuff. And we still just say, we don't necessarily have to 100% depend on this. We can depend on other things that we're doing, our jobs and all that. And I'm telling you, in most cases, if we even hammer down on those other things, they'll probably be much more fruitful, but we decide that we're going to also use that as an opportunity to invest in things that we're actually passionate about. So I think I don't know, man. I think we're in a good spot for now. Hopefully we keep this trend going. They understand the tolerance level for their community in terms of how long they can go without new content and how long they need to keep progression and how long they need to keep the grind. And then they also need to go away from the nerfing and buffing stuff. That infinite, they talked about something today in the post-game event, that infinite constant leveling up is what they need to continue to do. Put new things, stronger things, better things in the game, and let us just continue to go and continue to do that. And that's going to give the game more longevity. And then that way they can focus on throwing numbers into the pool in terms of just adding a higher number for people to try to achieve. And then while they work on making good curated content, challenging content, seasons, new cities, expanding on New York. Those of you that said it's impossible, take heed. That's exactly what I think is going to work for at least the next 12 months, is that constant, consistent encroachment of New York. I think it's going to work. I think if they just say, hey, we threw out a little bit of this and they just plan it where every month we're getting a new small area. Ooh, what's in there? What's there? Before you know, we've covered a whole map of Manhattan. And then by the time they're talking about year 3, they're like, hey, why don't we take the agents to another city? I'm dreaming now. But let me get out of your hair. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you so much for hanging in there. Those of you that said, you're crazy, but I'll still watch your content. I do appreciate you guys very much. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully we can start playing episode 3 as soon as it lands. Hit me up. You can add me on Uplay. PSN, I think I have everything there. Xbox, I can't remember my gamer tag because I don't have an Xbox yet. But once I get one, hopefully we'll be able to maybe jump in on some Xbox. If I can get the DLC, then maybe down the road I can get that boost to level 30. So that's actually pretty cool for me. I'm quite excited about all of this. All right, I'll get out of here and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.